stage, so let's lock in our Scuff Pick'ems. Chance, you've been on fire. Continue.
If you asked me yesterday, I wouldn't have hesitated. I would have picked FaZe. Today, though, I'm picking Toronto.
You're going Toronto Koi?
Yes.
3-1, 3-2, 3-0.
Game 5.
Game 5, Toronto Koi. Chris Lair gets his bounce back here. I want Jamie to make it to the final, but I'd also love to just have him on the desk for a grand final.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Vegas FaZe. I think they take this, but yeah, game 5 as well.
There's a lot of booing out here, Allie. You better not say Vegas.
I'm fighting demons with this AC sitting
really
right here. I'm trying to look at my notepad. Listen, the maps made me hesitate just a little bit. I'm sticking with Toronto Koi, though. I'm loving the upset. I think they pull it to a grand final.
Allie's making the crowd happy. Will Insight and the rest of Koi get them on their feet? It is time to find out, ladies and gentlemen. This is your elimination final to find out who moves on to champs.
Birmingham banger. They may just have suffered a defeat, but that was just a warm-up. It's FaZe Vegas!
Look, this is a spot that none of these players are shy of. They've been here before, and their search and destroy is looking untouchable right now. You only got to steal one of those respawns, and we're looking at multiple rings on this roster. Abuzah has hit new levels this weekend in 04. We know what his ceiling looks like. Every single one of these members of Vegas FaZe are going to need to bring their A game in this series.
Please, Birmingham, let them hear you. It's Abuzah, Drazah, 04, and Simp. FaZe Vegas were probably expected to be here in this moment, but their opponents, they're on a miracle run, and they don't want it to stop here. It's Toronto Koi!
Sometimes when the pressures are highest is when the greats perform, and that's been Insight so far. You know, he talked about this was potentially his last tournament. Well, he's been frying, and he's got way more left in the tank. They figured it out here in Birmingham with the city and the crowd on their side and on their back. One more match to get to the grand finals.
Please welcome Kiss, Joe the Thieves, Kleenex, and he's on fire, Birmingham! It's Insight! One more chance to make the finals.
And how many of you are properly hydrated? Here we go, 10 Hardpoint. Let's get it on.
Everybody's a little bit turnt here in the UK. But into the map number 1 here on Den. FaZe starting off with a lot of success. Dominating the map pressure, but the flank high gets the rookie gives you 3. The break is going to be good for Koi because the guy gets it done with all 4.
Yeah, an electric start here for Koi. Talking about the importance of this map. We talked about it all throughout the qualifiers. Anytime you see a Den in Toronto, you expect them to dominate. So far, it's been an electric start. Kleenex, nice timing to get the reset back over toward Cole and Couches. Pistol up, but 04 shuts it down. FaZe still trying to stabilize and hold for the P2 side of the map.
Final 10 seconds, the only player off the rotation is going to be the rookie. Kip's already finds one, still knows there's going to be a lot more players from FaZe in the vicinity, but at least the team kill does try to help you. But the rest of the FaZe players work their way back on in, are in the time for now.
Rotation, the name of the game for both these two teams, although outside of the normal metrics that we would have assumed. And now, looking for the break attempt, are Toronto from the front. A chance to jump on in with numbers. Drazah waiting for help. Simp over through Couches, though, is shut down. We get Drazah by himself. Numbers still here for Koi. FaZe taking a moment to pause, see if they get this bounce back up, and a couple of nades will land, making life a little bit easier as FaZe will re-break.
Yeah, just take your time. You know you have those back spawns. You're just looking for the opening kill. You find it with a frag out of Abuzah, so you instantly put yourself in an advantageous position to fly on in to soak up the remaining of this time. But as you do that, you flip those spawns. Koi break in for the final 20, and all this is theirs.
Yeah, it's just in the messy scrap time. Toronto have looked really solid, really across every single map. In Hardpoint, you think back to when they played against Optic, they were getting absolutely manhandled in the killing field, but it didn't make a difference. They were still doing a nice job over the objective to keep the map tight. So, up about several points early, over towards P3. Nice shots from inside, but can't quite finish this food onto Abuzah, and FaZe will win rotation to 3.
FaZe win rotation to 2, don't really get time, but now at 3. You need side, but it's the pitch from Joe the Thieves, who is on 5 in a row, looking for kill number 6, while his teammates are just drawing the intention on the opposite side. They don't win their fights. Joe gets taken down, and now it's all left up to Kips.
Yeah, and the problem with this is FaZe were able to establish control over the dojo side of the map, so with 33 seconds left in this hard point, FaZe looking good to reclaim the lead, and of course, give themselves a money hill spawning to their back. Abuzah kicks things off as he shuts down Joe. Kip's insight, trying to force this final break attempt with 20 seconds left on the hill. It's just Abuzah who's left here by himself. FaZe really prioritizing to stop the overextension. That's a lot of time for Toronto.
Yeah, they were just banking up. They wanted to guarantee Dojo side for that P4, but you forfeit that 20, and now you're losing gunfights off the rotation. Not an ideal situation you want to be in if you're FaZe, but at least for now, Simp makes up for it at that old time. They're going to turn it into a 2.
Joe will find ball. Response back over the middle from 04. As Abuzah is trying to hang on to the rooftop play. 04 gets the shutdown towards pillars, but Joe Deceive still spawns in, plus the double from Kips will get Toronto another chance to force the spawns into hardpoint control. FaZe coming in pieces, but they're finding kills, they're finding 1v1s. It's not convincing enough. Toronto now with the numbers.
And now you have to take your time if you are Drazah, because all of your teammates are spawning up right behind you, and Koi shut down that first wave. So you got to give it a good team push for your second attempt. 3 players through the front, 1 through bottom mid. First 2 kill go their way. This is guaranteed to break your FaZe.
Yeah, Kip's not able to hold on, and there will be no spawners for Koi nearby. So the break of about 25 seconds, good for FaZe. We turn our attention back to the middle of the map, and what will essentially be a just has help from Simp. FaZe, though, trying to overwhelm the hard point. A lot of focus on the objective, but it's not turning up in favor of their kill feed. Last one left is 04, and he will drop. Good time here for Toronto. Most importantly, you look to the minimap. They're still spawning P2 side, so it's all about stabilizing right now for Toronto.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. That all 4 dead, block the spawns over towards couches, and are just hoping that they can win the gunfights flying out through bottom U, but it's Abuzah again, 16-8. Giving this team a lifeline every single chance he gets. 3 in a row. FaZe are right back in.
Yeah, absolutely the case. And Abuzah, if he continues to shoot like this, you start to sweat just a little bit. But inside, top hole, able to find one and get away, most notably. Simp on the retreat, looking for some space to find this gunfight, but the troops are swarming. Simp now to resort to the pistol. That will not work. P2 not open yet. What happens with the spawns? Kips all the way out. What happens with CleanX? Does he spawn in? No, he's also out. So a 2-2 split here for Toronto, trying to get a foothold on the hill.
Yeah, FaZe have to look so many different hold this in a very tight setup, but it's the patience out of CleanX. He gets a couple players weak. Now Joe and Inside are just going to fly on in because they had the advantage, and the break is good for Koi.
That's the definition of life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Unbelievable patience from Toronto Koi. Now they will lock down the spawns and keep all their focus on the front. Hit purely, coming through the rooftops, but 04 Semtex plus Simp finding a kill. Now has FaZe with numbers. 04 follows up with another. Kips can only get 1. Spawns are still in for now with Toronto, but it's just down to can they actually get a structured hit to try to find the scrap time.
That's way too easy there if you're FaZe, and it's all due to the Semtex is sticking a player right in the forehead, but no trophy systems in play, so you break through the front door. You're keeping yourself into the mix. You got a chance at taking the lead here because Drazah and Abuzah light up the kill feed. You're forcing Koi off the rotation where they should put themselves in a position to have the numbers, but Simp's already here.
Yeah, he's watching a nice angle on the Godhead. He stuns and nades, also slowing down Toronto. Possible 1v1 at the middle of the map. Hole looking pretty solid. What? Oh, Kips almost able to get the lineup. Not fully, but like you mentioned, another scattery moment, but this time it's picked up beautifully by FaZe.
Yeah, they quickly take care of the guy sitting at a cobble side, so those spawns come in for the rest of your teammates. Now you know to turn your focus over towards Dojo. Abuzah get Blake, he's on another spree. Just can't find that final kill to potentially earn himself the Hellstorm, but it's still the teammates holding it down. Now Simp get loose.
But team kill comes through. Inside able to follow up onto 1. Joe Deceives into at worst contest the time, but Abuzah, he is just not missing. 26-11, a minute 15 in the hard point, and FaZe up about 20 as we look over towards P4's rotation.
Boy, you know, are not going to have the numbers in this situation because they have to be thinking about that next HP. Insight, massive one-on-one gunfight secured there from 04, but you forfeit the final 15 to FaZe. They have a little bit more time to work this OE. It's going to be on Joe. How much can he get?
Oh, they don't really know what Joe's playing. And all 3 members for FaZe trying to play on the rotation will be shut down. 04, last one left. Able to find 1, plus also forces Kips off the map. So Toronto a little bit scattered, trying to get them set up in play, but the spawns are close. CleanX finds 2 from the front. Drazah around the back. Hasn't had a great map, but can put a lot of pressure to block spawns.
Yeah, this is such a big play out of Drazah. It's just his teammates don't have any presence towards the front, so you're continuously trying to show face around the backside, but there's no pressure around the map because they're losing all these one-on-one gunfights. Last player was 04. You take care of him, and Koi take the lead plus some. There's still 25 seconds, and FaZe have forced to go through the front door.
That's not what you want, especially with CleanX on 6. Not quite at the Hellstorm yet, but playing the outer rooftops. His timing could lead to a huge streak. Doesn't finish the first. Can he get one more? No, not quite. Hellstorm not earned off that. But still, Toronto hold the full time. They're going to be up about 30 points. And we're going to step aside to see how Toronto Koi are coming.
Yeah, there goes 1v2.
There's lobby
Wait,
side
the ones behind me, they're red.
Right,
Mine is red, 100%.
Still time.
chat.
Okay, he's front lobby, front lobby.
Red down.
I'll scare red. Take your time.
Yep.
I'll come clear red, okay?
I'll wrap here. Could be here right side. I'm trying now. Who's up there?
Standing low left.
Try right here. Left right here. Push
Dead, low left. I died. I got the back. Low right. Low right.
All right, nice.
Nice. On time.
Nice.
One
Yeah,
lobby. Nice. Probably nice. One deep, by the way. Yeah, probably.
That's the time,
Nice, good shot. Ivy left, by the way.
Really fast,
Ivy
okay?
left. Ivy left, deep.
I need right side lobby.
Still playing this? Yo,
Nice,
I'm taking
good
her out
pinch.
left, okay? They could pinch. I'm taking the deep route, okay?
Come on,
Back lobby, absolute. Gone. Back broken. Plant. Nice, that's it. Heard you. Lobby jump.
Left side on time.
In lobby.
Okay, one.
wants to be
He's going left side lobby again. I'm in his
Back
choice.
tools, back tools, Joe.
Try me down. Come deep. He's going to push
Back
over
tools
square,
still.
maybe.
On the, no, he's still back tools in the door. No, I saw that front, by the way.
We can start. One was deep. That's one deep. Look, there's one front. What's one square there?
I'm pilling. Still pilling. I've made it, bro. Weak. Absolutely. Gotta be close. Back. Right, sorry. Actually,
Need your door push.
go for it. I'm trying to go lobby quick, okay?
I'm dead. I'm absolute.
Go for it as well. Don't see him. He's close. One. Two front. One front right. There, two.
1 hour, 1 front.
Kill that, Joe.
Okay. I might try lobby out deep tools.
Back right corner? Okay.
Come here, tools. That's
Good
one
shot,
deep.
tools, yep. Stop back tools. Left. I'm in.
Try stairs free. Stairs.
He's chilling out. Back front. There's gonna be two here.
I'll pull you out right now.
Nice, probably outer.
Really weak.
I'll go
He's
here.
on the minutes. 25.
Okay.
Nice. Maybe all. Fine. Go now. Max one
Already
there.
knew, yeah. Could be by a tree. That's the first guy, yeah. One outer. Just told him.
Typo, tweak.
Tough battle over P2, but Abuzah continues to generate moments for FaZe. But on rotation to 3, Toronto here where FaZe are coming from.
You see how Drazah's playing is so patient over towards Dojo. He knows that me in this position is going to allow my teammates to set up those pitches and draw the attention from Koi to stay on this side of the wall. Right now, Koi are still slaying them to bits. You're eventually finding all the trades. Kleenex is looking for the last guy over towards Dojo. Team shots are good enough. Koi take the lead right on back.
You can be as patient as you want, says Toronto. We're playing you on the outsides away from the hill. They get the reads, they get the kills. Now the lead swap, 30 seconds to fight. Kleenex on 3 in a row. Slipping away, not able to find the better of Drazah or Abuzah. But Kips, the rookie who's been so good for Toronto, steps in for goal! It's Kips for 3! 20 seconds to fight. A little turn moment onto 0-4 works out. The time good for Toronto. We focus towards 4 once again.
And now FaZe have to forfeit this time. Banking on a perfect setup off the rotation. You see the route there from Joe. He's going right back through P2. He's going to show some presence through the front because all your teammates are...
Pressure could not be more extreme, though. Only 10 seconds between Toronto and a win. But as the break attempt starts to develop from the front, it's on to Joe. Only able to find 1. Kips once again. No, can he get 2? No, it's Simp away. FaZe still spawning up, but Insight keeps the numbers restricted as Drazah is able to find the trade.
Trade after trade, it's still FaZe holding on to the time, holding on to the spawns, but Joe finds the double. You have the numbers through the front.
You've got 0-4 and Abuzah. How often has Abuzah been able to pull them out of the depths of hell? This time in some trouble. Simp not able to stay alive. 235 and 240. Toronto waiting for all 4 numbers, but it gives a lifeline here for FaZe. Pistol out, lots of damage in. Contestant still alive and well. Drazah waiting for that last bit of help. The Septexes, the stuns, they're all hitting. FaZe are able to get back in. They can still win here. It's just down to can Insight clear the hard point.
He already found 1, so that's job well done. Now the teammates are here.
But Abuzah's able to get them the first. Kips on the corner, nothing through Abuzah. He's been everything, and he will be the final punch for FaZe to steal away map 1. Smoke is an interesting place for it. 0-4 will wait for it to dissipate before potentially taking this battle, and he finds Kips for first blood.
Fantastic shot there out of 0-4. Kips a little overzealous there on that pick. You know the action is going to be over at this B side, but now your team is man down.
And 0-4 can essentially display a little bit of a hop up here. Finds the second and third, looking for the full ace on the rewrap. Should have Joe in front of him, and it's all 4 for 0-4.
Great plays out of 0-4.
And I love this. Kill the noise, create some doubt here into the FaZe defense. All 3 members for Koi sticking together. FaZe, a little feel out towards B, but are now going to resort towards playing in mid. And Insight hasn't seen anything as of yet. But if Drazah can get forward and catch someone off guard, this could completely foil the Koi setup, and he's able to find 1.
Such a big time play out of Drazah. Bomb's going down at A, but that's a lot more that you have to focus on if you are Koi. You're able to get out towards low dirt, but they have all the info now.
Oh yeah, and the pistol shots out of Abuzah sets up Drazah for the easy finisher. Kips, 1 versus 2 opportunity. Has the bomb down in front of him. Drazah up top, seen. And I don't think Drazah saw Kips, so now he's gonna try to isolate the 1v1 pistols. No, pardon me, not that haste. That's Abuzah has got the sniper pistol combo. So he gets the first, the 1v1. Checks over the bomb, nothing home, but Abuzah just a little bit too far away. So now they'll take their chance to peek on out, and this defense is fully centered around this A site.
Yeah, now that comm is coming into Abuzah. Hey, wrap your way back over towards low dirt. You get this bomb down today. We have all the map control that we want. And 0-4 throws a phenomenal shoulder there. Spots out Koi back, stacking up towards the backside of window. So you might want to be a little bit more patient on this plan.
Smoke will come through. The hop at dirt will now unfold. Kips trying to be the first one out. Well, we've all been there. Aim assist is not quite able to find the outside portion of the smoke, but still Kips able to find first blood. Abuzah still hanging. Finished off by Joe Deceives. Ignore your kill feed. It's not confusing at all. Follow-up from Simp is decent, though. Has to go 1 for 3 and not going to happen. Joe's got the last word in the first rounds on the board for Koi.
Yeah, perfectly played there from Koi. Already down.
Yeah.
We're going to work over towards B.
Yeah, take your guns. Take your numbers. B plant on the way. Simp has backed off completely. And now it's down to how do you set up your post plant if you're Toronto. You have to be a little bit cautious of the potential flank. But for FaZe, they're stacking back up over towards platform.
Every single player here from FaZe ready for that early push. And Koi have 3 guns ready and waiting.
And you can see for Insight, he's going to eventually be in a spot to come help out on this outer lane. Joe over the top of the site, no problems there. And it's just bunkered down, throw a smoke, get it messy. Toronto, feast.
Koi are not going to be in the position, though, to instantly get rid of that bomb planter. So 40 seconds before a retake. Let's see. This is what they usually do throughout the season. This is how they get it done on defense. Do they have 35 seconds of a 44 play of a chance here?
It's all going to have to be through the top side of the map. And FaZe are not giving away any information whatsoever. Tough moment here for Kips. Able to find a little bit of damage. But 0-4, the first one to drop it. Team kill. Team kill that comes through thanks to Insight shots. But Simp up top. Keeps that post plant safe for a moment. Joe, though, 4 in a row. Able to find the kill. Where is Abuzah? No one has seen him yet. And now about it, Kips will find him. Plenty of time for the defuse. It's Joe on 4 in a row. Koi with 3 rounds in a row.
Has info. You're trying to set up the double chow, but Drazah's just going to get out.
Yeah, smart play, and that will enable the long flank to potentially come through. 40 seconds on the clock. Toronto looking to commit for the plant. Insight head on a swivel with the scope up. Joe's plant will come through. Nade will tag, but Joe stays alive. Just cannot exit immediately. Insight has to find the trade onto 1, but the pinch is now fully in play. CleanX still gets 1, can't get away. Abuzah's right there for the trade. Joe has to kind of fight off 2 players at once. Shots coming out, but no. 4's got the final punch, and we'll stay tight. It's just everything comes down to timing. Trophy system down for FaZe, looking to get aggressive right in the middle of the map with some uncharacteristic tempo in this particular part of the map. Drazah gets first blood, Insight drops, and that puts a ton of pressure out of the defense. And for FaZe, you've gotten P3 control, which is not what Toronto want to let you have.
Yeah, now you wait for Koi to make the play for it. They probably think the play is going to be developing here at A as bomb is going down, but
Quick one.
able to find one onto Drazah.
Wow.
Koi finds another one, so 2 one-on-one gunfights make it another. The rookie makes it a 1v3.
Unbelievable. And they know where Drazah is. You just run at it. Unbelievable. This A site has some bad juju around pitch, but this time it's through PTs, and that's enough for Insight to get the read. Kips right there for the help. 4v3, but 30 seconds, and honestly, FaZe can still defend this site, especially with 0-4 in this position, Joe. Interesting. Not quite able to commit to a gunfight. Now he's not committed to the bomb plant, and that's going to lead to Drazah on the long flank.
Drazah needs to get there very, very quickly because your teammates are trying to stay alive for as long as he can. Drazah on the late pitch, locates CleanX, only 15 seconds left on the round. Koi gotta go B.
And they're gonna get the plant off largely thanks to Kips pushing through P3. He's able to find one in that exchange and then a second. 5 in a row, Kips close to a hellstorm. Does he get all of it? Drazah, last one left by shots, but can't quite finish. So now Drazah down to the 1v2.
He's got time. This is a round that you could desperately try to pull out. It's just you don't spot Insight on the back right. Insight spots you, and he's able to close it out with that final kill. Koi taking their...
Leads to Toronto now up 2 on map point. And yep, after FaZe found 0 success at A, they're going to try to just full rush the B point. Force team kill comes out, but the trade still lead to a Toronto advantage.
0-4 already spotted out by Insight. Trying to finesse his way. Different spot to potentially make this a one-on-one gunfight, but the movement able to at least keep Insight alive for now.
But you need to wrap on this and find a couple of kills if you're 0-4. They're going to try to plant this in the backside at A. And maybe Toronto is not fully aware that he saw a couple of shots be tossed out by CleanX, but the post plant is all set up for window.
0-4 is a safety net from top window to keep the bomb safe. Abuzah just looking for a one-on-one.
He's able to find it. Does he get away from the trade? At the moment, yes. Joe on the hunt, able to lock him down. Now it's just down to finding 0-4, and he gets caught on the backside of Sid. Toronto, big response here on the Explorer, but Sid gets the shutdown, and FaZe will control the EMP first.
FaZe already have EMP control because they slayed their way through the middle of the map. 0-4 and Sid combined for 2 each. They already have a lot of pressure over through ring, so Koi are going to be ready for this push, but once Drazah finds that opening kill, you gotta expect an audible. Thankfully, CleanX gives you one, but you're still outnumbered.
Yeah, absolutely the case. It's just down to Kid Insight find an angle on the EMP carrier. The answer, no. Kip's able to find one in response, and that will make Abuzah force the score to come in their control first. And Joe's just going to grab it, see if he can go. The kills on the backside are nice, and they don't necessarily know where CleanX is, but that shot there from 0-4 may slow things down. But no, Joe just pushes it forward, gets the hit, but with CleanX dropping at mid, there's a route here for 0-4 to get out of here.
Yeah, 0-4's got to finesse a little bit, but your teammates are dropping all around you, and that's 3 dead in favor of Koi, so they are in control of the EMP. All you're looking for again is the playmaker in Simp. He lines up another double, slows down the aggression there from Toronto now.
Dirt focus for Toronto. Route trying to be developed by CleanX shutdown.
Oh, the reset.
Reset,
you just go
out and inside. Yeah, he's going to try to sprint for it, but instead joins his troops. That's kicks for 2. They can recut this back to the middle map and sit behind the play. Drops the EMP carrier, and Abuzah makes safe the play onto the A zone. Now it's
after double, already sitting at 10 and 6. And now you're hitting the audible. Simp dies all the way on the opposite side. We have 0-4 taking more space over towards B. So EMP on its way potentially for score number 2. You see time of possession is currently dominated by FaZe as they take a 1-score lead.
Yeah, really nice route from 0-4. Finds one in response, but inside Kips will 2v3 the front side at 8. 50 seconds on the clock as Toronto is in possession.
Last guy you were looking for is 0-4. You quickly take care of him. So now you know all of FaZe Vegas is going to be off the respawn. A lot of space can be taken away. Again, you're trying to set up the best play possible. You're drawing the attention for FaZe to stack up a lot of bodies over towards this B site. One player watching the pinch, but it seems like Koi are just committed because Insight's working that flank.
Yeah, Abuzah's way outside of this play. Big first win from Insight, 3 in a row. Here comes the push forward behind that. The green light showing. Kip trying to work with the EMP, but shut down. Nice push up from 0-4, who finds 2. Last one around the back, though. Able to get the 1. The 1v1 goes the way of Abuzah. 13 seconds before the halftime overtime comes into play, and FaZe are working a quick route through panels.
They don't spot Insight, so can he find a kill to at least slow down this play? He puts down shots, but doesn't lead to anyone at the end of that gunfight. And now that's 2, making 3 dead. FaZe are going to be able to get this OT score up by 2 going into half. Space away, great shots there from Joe. Able to find 4 from Low Dirt. Now again, you're drawing the attention from FaZe off the respawn because EMP is showing FaZe on this side of the map, but it's Kips and it's CleanX already showing presence at B.
Yeah, 0-4 in trouble. Can really only cook up a nade. He's got help from Abuzah, but he's playing a very passive angle. Nice shots from 0-4, keeps Insight down. But Toronto not to be deterred, still forcing it forward. Kips the lead blocker, Insight right behind, no one else there to follow up, and Toronto will get the first score. Get a 50-50 battle right over the top of the EMP.
Boy, in the spot that they want to be. They're just looking for the kills to be started off in their kill feed. And it's Kips again, lines up a double. You have the man-up advantage. You're just going to commit forward right towards B. He gives you a 1 more extra. 3 in a row for the young gun.
Drazah able to find 1 cleanly, though. Insight pistol out, finding some damage, but no. Toronto not quite able to find the final kill that they need. 3 minutes on the clock. FaZe still up 1. 0-4 trying to push forward.
It's a one-on-one gunfight. Drazah's able to get the trade, and for now, FaZe is just playing keep away. Wrap it here, wrap it there. I just want the EMP in my possession.
And you got to be careful here, I think, if you're Toronto, because we've seen this FaZe team on this map park the bus when they've got a narrow edge. It's been a while since they've shown that.
Moment, though.
Here we go. 3 dead. 1 more to find. And it's just down to Drazah, a pop, hold down the trigger, you find the kills. We've got a tie game, 2:20 on the clock, and the EMP still spawns down towards Dirt. Abuzah V1, which 0-4 will make sure FaZe can hold on to this part of the map.
Koi have been mapped. So just put yourself in a corner. Guarantee a one-on-one gunfight, and it's Kips again answering the call every single time.
Timing for Joe Deceives could not be more important. Shots nearby. Oh, and he gets pushed back by Abuzah. All 4 will drop, but because the EMP's down low, CleanX will be right off spawn in a position to try to defend. Big win from Simp. Does he have more to take? Just trying to push out, push forward. Abuzah right behind him. Escorted in for a score, and it's FaZe up by 1.
Yeah, they know the last guy up is with the pistol. All 4 coming off the respawn now.
What can Joe do by himself front window? Not much. And you've got space created by Abuzah. Toronto coming off the spawn towards the A zone. You have to win these gunfights. You need to win them cleanly. Abuzah down to a single shed of health, and he will fall. Oh, forward. He's got the pistol out, but he's getting stunned. He's getting naded. He's still able to find the wins, though. Off the reload. Does he get the final one? Oh my goodness, and he still scores! 2-point advantage for FaZe. Time ticking. Toronto need to go quick.
His best impression there of James Bond, just getting it done with the pistol only. Lines up 3, and I'm curious if he's able to pick up that Hellstorm because you instantly caught it into call game.
Wow, what a moment from 04. What a map from 04. 31, making 32 and 19 with the game-winning score. A huge map response for FaZe in the face of what has been nothing but Toronto on exposure overload all weekend.
It was a battle, especially on that first half.
Attempt on the way. A lot of focus towards inner. Inside, opening battle towards Abuzah. You called the chance what you wanted to see. And Inside has the opening tilt in his favor.
That's my MVP here for Toronto. When he has a big time game, at least a very successful win, a very easy win at that. But at least for now, Koi soaking up early P1 time. They just don't have any presence through low dirt, and it's Abuzah off the respawn giving you 3.
Yeah, that's huge, especially on that crossfire angle. Allows the SMGs to continue to just run rampant inside the interior of these turbines. 04 finding himself a couple now. And Insight kind of just has to sit and wait as the rest of Toronto are playing for rotation, but as he drops, now FaZe can just fully focus on P2.
And they have all of them mapped. They already have players in the position sitting at mid-cut, and 04 gives you one off their rotation, but now you're going to be outnumbered. Spawns do flip, and this is ideal for Koi because you have the entire map now unlocked.
And you get the wipe right as the hardpoint opens. So a couple of basically on the rebreak attack. Kleenex for 2. Does his job. Joe looking for his double. Help from above as Insight finds shots onto Abuzah, and that is a miraculous hold for Toronto in what was essentially a 2v4.
And that's Joe to season. Kleenex getting it done. Stalling time for the teammates to get back into the play, and Koi still holding on to this P2 without trophy systems. 30 seconds remaining at this HP. 04 and Drazah and Simp this time around combined for 3. And they're going to get the break, and this is where you force Koi to just back on up. You don't want to flip out.
Well, Insight able to get one is helpful. 18 seconds left on the hard point. We'll have FaZe reclaiming the lead. And interestingly enough, Kleenex is just trying to gatekeep through mid stairs, so it's going to force FaZe to push through panels. Pressure being established though.
Insight's out.
Insight, like you mentioned, spawns way out in Narnia. Joe trying to hang on to his life. Nade stuns, anything he can possibly throw at FaZe to slow them down as the rest of Toronto trying to set themselves up at the hill, and Joe in the front.
All of FaZe coming off of the respawn, banking on stuns and nades to be impactful, but it's the routes out of the rookie. Finds the opening. Kleenex with the frag. Instantly puts you in the number situation. That's all 4 dead. First wave shut down. Back spawns blocked. Another wave through the front again.
And now you've got that extra layer in front of the hard point as well, although Kips is second guessing the timing. Looking towards the far back, 30 seconds to fight. Here comes 04 in his route. But the problem is Toronto's winning all the gunfights from the front, so you immediately go back in. 04's about to get overwhelmed. He only finds a single kill. What a hold for Toronto.
Fantastic plays there from Toronto. Kleenex is streaking, and he's so damn close to earning himself a Hellstorm. He's gonna play it patient. Soak up the remaining ounce of this time. Potentially getting closer and closer, just needs 1 kill.
A word assist or anything at this point in time. Here comes the rotation to 4. FaZe sprinting to make sure they lock down the spawns. Has that streak been earned by Kleenex on that moment? Not quite. Needs to win the 1v1, and now all of a sudden the Hellstorm has been earned. FaZe in control, but a huge resource added to the bank of Koi.
And Koi has so much pressure on the map. It's over towards shoulders, but Kleenex does not win that gunfight versus 04. Insight instantly filling the gap, trying to put himself in a position to block those backspawns while the defense is going in, and he wins a massive one-on-one gunfight. Now there's only 2 players for FaZe you gotta look for.
Yeah, and Insight just dancing. The rest of Koi trying to establish control of the spawns, and they get the read onto 04. Damage is out. He still stays alive for a little longer than you'd like, but the trade eventually comes through, and Insight continues to make sure the spawn stays safe for Koi. Inside the hard point. Abuzah for 1. Simp the follow-up, and that's enough to at least allow FaZe some time from the front.
Yeah, but Koi still has the spawn, so you're gonna give this one last rod, knowing that you have that Hellstorm in the back pocket. We could use this final 10. The stuns and nades, everything getting invested here for FaZe, knowing that they're still gonna be on the backside of this HP, and they've been able to hold it down and keep Toronto at bay behind ring.
And you can see FaZe are just like, you can't call him the Hellstorm. Move over towards the mid hard point. Hellstorm can be called in. Keep an eye on 04. He's hunting. Not able to find anything as of yet. He'll get called out by the UAV element of the Hellstorm. Simp will fall by the Semtex of the missile as well. Kips finding a follow-up. Drazah also will drop. So the Hellstorm is successful unless Abuzah can double down. He finds the burst, gets out of there for a moment, but Toronto will get the break.
Yeah, fantastic use there of the Hellstorm. You take mid-map away, and now you're in towards the AP with a good chunk of time at that. 25 seconds remaining. Drazah wins a massive one-on-one to try to open up a lane for his teammates to not fully commit through low dirt, but every ounce of seconds that you take is the longer that Koi are going to continue to run up the score.
Yeah, I mean, so far, you look at just how this first rotation has gone, major edge towards how Toronto have played the map to this point. And CleanX is furthering that point, 16-8, as Joe Thieves is just finishing 3-sided out, trying to find some success over the hill.
Yeah, you need to get Koi out, man. They have all the crossfire set up when you chain that ending of the P5 when you're in control towards the P1. You have to work on some of these routes. Drazah and Simp combined for 2. Drazah gives you 1 extra, so the break is good for FaZe, and they need some good time here.
Yeah, it's not just that. You would also love the rotation, too. It feels like both. 18-9 for CleanX. Traded, shut down. Insight down low, keeps the hardpoint neutral. Toronto keeping focus on the objective for now, but don't have the numbers nor the map control to really get much time. Just a 40-point game. Insight and Joe, though, turning the numbers in favor of Koi. Joe's going to give you a double, plus CleanX gets the full wipe over towards B2. Toronto winning rotation to new.
And it's the same exact situation that happened in the first go-around at the P2. 4 dead at the right time. And if you are Koi this time around, you have trophy systems to potentially lock this down even better. Insight, your job.
Shuts it down, plus the nade. Landing on the CleanX has Toronto bounce up the hardpoint unless Insight can find the wins. Not the case. FaZe in. We step aside to see how Koi set up their break.
Yeah, close, and mid as well. He's close, right? One's yellow gen, by the way. Okay? One's yellow gen as well. Go for him. Nice. Let's just play time then. I'm in time.
Big push. Just show me tank.
Yeah,
we can fuck with closer.
We can, yeah, weak tank. One more. Top boxes in mid. All force mid. All good. Con in there.
We can fuck. Straight for free out.
I'm trying to take the D right
there.
there. I'm gonna go low right.
Hold up. Once we out mid, baby. Con.
Yeah, it's all 4. We're not free.
I'll be scared.
Don't see black one. Okay. I don't see anything else top house. Okay, I'm just waiting.
Jumping long. He's up. Look up. Nice.
I'm going new. He's gonna be new. He's gonna be new.
Hit twice. What about yellow cup?
Top window dead.
Good. So low house, man.
Absolute low house, and weak at time. Top.
Nice.
Look at spawn. Last guy long. That's last guy. They could just run. Mid time.
One time. Low house. Simp, absolute top house. Left corner.
I'm one shot right.
That's a job. Good luck.
I'm one shot. Good luck.
Nice. Good one. Hold 1 mid again, boys.
I'm on your right.
I'll get back
P1. Right straight.
Well, the end of P2 fell apart, but wow, that is a huge recovery moment for Toronto as the map was about to get out of control in favor of FaZe. Big recovery. CleanX still holding down the front window. 3 for CleanX, and it's a full 4-man wipe. Toronto have win condition established.
Yeah, and it's still only 20 seconds remaining at this time, so you're going to be the aggressor. Start thinking about that rotation over towards new. FaZe are not going to have the numbers off the roto, but it's Abuzah that gives you the first one. Koi are going to soak up all of that time at the ending of the P3. Give themselves a 60-point lead going over towards P4.
This story before. FaZe down about 50 points with a perfect setup around the 4th hill. Toronto trying to find multiple points of ingress. Abuzah in trouble. Denied from the front, but 04 fills the gap nicely. Can't find more than just the one, though. Just up to Simp. Damage out into 1. Needs help. Spawning up is Drazah to be able to assist. Looking for one more on the outside, and Drazah's able to find 2. Now from the front. 04 able to cut that off, and FaZe are holding to the first 30.
First wave shut down. Second wave on the go, and at this time it's Koi right through the middle of the map. Kip gives you the opening double. You have the numbers to fight this. You just have to win the gunnies, and you cannot because you can't trade Drazah.
Repinch though on the way back over for Koi. Don't want to give up on this time. Pistol not going to work out for Drazah. Simp there to find his trade. Last one left is the Rook, and he will be shut down. And you got numbers now for FaZe, trying to stretch across the map to isolate onto CleanX. We're going to eventually a tie game, but it's just down to what can Toronto do. Spawning out, trying to rotate late to 5, and Tip.
There's no Hellstorm in play for Toronto to get a quick break here at the P5, so you got to do it strictly with the gunny. Already have pressure through top mid, but you're looking for the opening, and it's CleanX who strikes first.
Mid-map control goes the way of Toronto, but Abuzah saves out the play from the front. Insight has to wait. Late lead for FaZe. Toronto spawning on the left side of the map. FaZe prepared for this. Can they win back mid-map, though? That's the big question for Toronto. They find the first on 04. Here comes the Swarm. Just down to can you get the players out of the hill cleanly. Abuzah for 1. Follow up from Drazah. Trying to get it all done himself with 25 seconds left in the hill. He'll be put down, and Toronto have time.
The break is good, and the spawns now flip, because as soon as you hop into the objective, you see that Kip spawns over towards window. So now you need to reinforce back through top mid. Basically a tie game with a chance to take the lead because Koi are starting to fire on all cylinders. Insight on 5 in a row, Joe on 3 in a row, and they have mid-map to instantly chain it towards P1.
How close is Insight to a Hellstorm? He found a lot of that on the objective. If he doesn't look like he earned it. 225, 214. FaZe dancing around the middle of the map and finding a couple of kills that should lead to some time.
Yeah, you gotta take your time if you are Koi in this break attempt because you're dropping like flies in individual spots. We need a good team push. FaZe are going to be able to take the lead, and both teams have a win condition still here at the P1, but it's a mixed fest. It's a battle. It's a war around the mid-map, and it's Drazah coming out on top.
The Zaza duo for 3, 230 to 225. Clean axe, not able to keep his life from the front. Now Toronto feeling the panic. You've got to get them out of the hill. You also have to win the rotation to do, and FaZe are winning every single gunfight. 242 to 225. Kill feed all in favor of FaZe. They want the rebuttal. They want the revenge. Toronto trying to hang with the whole crowd, but you've got to find a way to get past, get them out of the hill. 249, 250, clock just before the touch comes out. And El Clasico will join us once again for the Birmingham Grand Final.
A series here from FaZe in the Hardpoint to always keep themselves in it, to never give up until that final score says 250. They were tested, especially at the ending of both HP's games, but just bank on their teamwork and their lockdown setups. It was Toronto Koi the first go around. When you got to that P5, you had the Hellstorm to bail you out. And you would have desperately loved if Insight would have picked that up to potentially blow a game at